What's up, folks? Welcome to another episode of Smoke World. I'm your host, Stone. So go grab that stick, go grab a glass, whatever you're drinking. Let's sit back and have a conversation. You can follow me on Instagram at SmokeWorld50. And I tell you this every time, folks. Send those emails into SmokeWorld50@gmail.com. Today's guest is a brother of the leaf from the far cold north, from the Boston area, the founder of the New England Cigar Militia, my brother, the Commish. What's up, bro? What's going on with you, man?
What's going on, bro? What's happening? How you doing out there?
Oh, man, we hanging in there, brother. We just had an election, so, things are moving right along one way or the other. What's going on up there in that area, brother? I mean, you up there in the cold Boston, New England area. It snows and does all this crazy stuff. I'm ready to go to Florida, and just thinking about that is making me cold. I need a cigar. I need something to drink.
we probably got like a quarter inch of snow on the ground, 32 degrees outside. It's not too bad. It actually sounds funny, but I'm in a t-shirt. Sometimes I'm wearing shorts in this weather. So it's a little different than most people do, but that's just me how I do it. Shorts usually. Sometimes sandals. I make sure I pave the walkway with the shovel first, but sometimes I got sandals driving in the car. Hopefully I don't break down.
Yeah, no, I can't do that, bro. I can't not do that. That's way too cold, too much snow. I don't want to go nowhere north. I'm sorry. I love you, brother, but I need to be down where it's nice and sunny, 80 degrees, smoking cigars, driving fancy cars, and buying up the bar. That's where I want to be.
Hey, sounds good. Let me in on that one.
Hey, I think I should start a rap career. Maybe I can be a rapper with all that. Just get a beat and I can rock with that. So, look, Commish, what's up, man? Like I said now, you started the New England Cigar Militia group. Give us a little history on that, because you got a little history with some stuff that happened with Facebook and everything. So, kind of give us a little idea on how you got started with that organization.
So January 2019, I woke up one day and I realized that my vibe going with the cigar community was going forward. I was more into the cigar community, and I made the executive decision by myself to create a cigar group and try to create some sort of positive movement in the cigar community. Doing donations and stuff like that. So I decided to come up with Boston-based, New England's own New England Cigar Militia, and I created a logo online, which pretty funny. It had absolutely no type of no type of feedback from the Patriots logo, and it just happened to turn out it looked like the Patriots logo. It was just kind of, I wanted a mean, grinding guy, with an older look and older fashion, kind of like a cigar smoker. And I came out with this logo, and I just been pushing forward. Now we're on it's 2021, so we're basically almost on year 3 of the Cigar Militia. And it's been very positive, except for the negative that Facebook decided they thought it was a great idea to take my group down for no reason. Never had negative feedback, never gave anybody an issue, never even had a quarrel in the group. So I have no clue why they took me down, but what can't beat you only makes you stronger. People love the group, so people came back to the new one, which is now NECM.
Okay.
And things are moving forward.
Cool. Now, okay, so Facebook never gave you a reason why they took your cigar club down. Was it, you think, the name Militia?
I think it was the name Militia. That's the only thing I could think. I never even allowed somebody to swear in my group. You know what I mean? Like, it was just straight across the board respectful. Everybody, the whole reason why I created the group was, my mentality was, in the Boston area, we don't have a big cigar smoking community because of the taxes. It's way too high. There's nowhere to smoke. So what I wanted to do was bring the Boston community together, as well as other communities in the New England area. And the problem with the whole situation is I didn't realize how wide I was going to stretch. Mm-hmm. And I got people that are members in Canada. I got people that are members in Australia, people that are members in Cuba, California, Alaska, Texas, you name it, there's members. which is greatly appreciated. You know, I just try to continually bring the best experience and the best swag every single time I make something fun, something cool, something you could wear over and over again. You know, not like a shirt or something real bootleg. You know, I feel like if I'm gonna wear it, you need to wear it. Like, you know, I want you to wear quality like I feel about quality. Like, I will not wear nothing that is not quality. It's just the way my brain works. It's the way it runs. If I bought 35 shirts and all 35 stunk, they'll go in the fire pit. I'm not sending them out to people. That's just the way my brain thinks. I might take a loss. Hey, you can call it what you want to call it, but quality over quantity, and that's the way my brain works, and that's the same way I try to work with my group and the people over in my group. You know, be respectful, enjoy the community. Hopefully you guys can get up and meet each other. You know, that's my main goal. That's the reason why I created the group, and then the cool swag.
Oh, that's what's up, brother. Now, where you originally from? You're originally from that area, that Boston area?
So I was born in Boston. I never lived a day in Boston. But I am so close to Boston. You can consider me Boston, where I grew up. I grew up in Chelsea, Massachusetts, small community outside of Boston, heavily populated, actually a sanctuary city, what they call it. Tough, rough neighborhood. I live in the suburbs now, but you know, I never forget where I came from, and it's Chelsea, Massachusetts. So I always tell people when they ask. That's pretty much it for that.
Now, okay, you touched on it a little bit. Now you're saying it's not a lot of lounges up that way, or
No, there's basically virtually no lounges up here. You got a couple that are in Worcester, which are a good guy, Victory Cigar Bar in Worcester. I think there's Mike's Cigar Bar in Worcester. Which, you know, these are 45 minutes away from me. You know, they're not around the corner. Then you got my local lounge, which is actually Elks Club, which you cannot buy cigars. You bring your own. You can get your own locker. That's where I spend most of my time, you know, my downtime, besides going up to New Hampshire, which New Hampshire is about 24 minutes from me. So it makes more sense for me to go to New Hampshire than to, you know, go across the state. There's a couple lounges on the other side of the state. And when I mean the other side of the state, you're talking 3.5 hours. You're talking possibly as far as you could go across the state. I'm going to have to make a journey out there. There's a couple really, really solid online boutique guys in the state of Massachusetts, like Sir Louis Cigars. Then you got Pleasant Cigar Shop in Malden, Massachusetts. But other than that, man, you're talking like I could go 5 miles in New Hampshire, and there's almost more cigar locations than there is in, you know, 400 miles in Massachusetts.
And you saying the reason for that, you're saying because of the high taxes, the tobacco tax. You think that's the reason?
Yeah, and the tobacco tax, surprisingly, it's not really that bad. I don't really think it's the tobacco tax that's really, you know, at first it was a tobacco tax, but the thing is, in the state of Massachusetts, there's no smoking in establishments.
Okay.
So even if the tobacco tax was 100%, you know, you could still get the rich people in there who could go afford a cigar, you know, that costs $10, pay 20, or, you know, 30 or 40 or whatever it is. But the problem is you can't smoke in establishments.
Okay, so it's not a smoke-friendly state.
So it's not really an option, you know?
Gotcha. Oh, I'm kind of in that same scenario. We kind of got lucky. I'm down here in Delaware, originally from Philly. But, yeah, a lot of these states are not smoke-friendly. So you have to kind of, you can't say you're going to have a cigar lounge. You got to have a social club. It has to define in the legal sense of an establishment that's going to be for members only, and you can drink there based on the fact that it's a social club, not a cigar lounge per se. So yeah, I kind of feel you on that. All right, brother. So what you smoking right now? I hear some fire going on. What you smoking right now?
Right now, I am smoking the 3 by 5 by 50 Mi Querida by Steve Saka Firecracker, which is usually a Two Guys exclusive release, but now it's being distributed out of Two Guys distribution, which is United Cigars. It's a very spicy little small little cute bastard, should we say?
Okay. A little shorty rock.
Yeah, and I got my little Dunbar and Tobacco and Trust, which is the name of Steve Socker's company. I got my little my espresso cup, which I don't got espresso in it. I got some Ron Zacapa XO inside of it. Just a little bit, just a little to get the edge off.
Okay, you fancy. All right, I got you.
This is a great stick. I mean, I'd say last year this is one of the better sticks. The only reason why this didn't make my top cigars of the year is just because it's a firecracker, and I just feel like it's a different category. So I'm actually working on making a firecracker list, but I'm having a hard time finding 2 out of I think it's about 18 firecrackers to do the whole rating list.
So your challenge, again, you don't have any lounges in your area, so you're looking at more, I guess, online ordering and purchasing to access and get your cigars.
Yeah, I do a lot of online purchase, and I'm very blessed to to have a lot of friends in the cigar community that help me out, whether they send me some cigars or send me in the direction of somebody, or give me a connection that I can go online and get the cigars from. I can't really say I'm really true to any certain retailer, because I like to spread the wealth, and if you're a good retailer online, I'm gonna give you business from somebody else, because if I have a good experience, I'm gonna tell my friend to go to you. It might not be for every cigar you have on your shelf, but it might be a selected brand that you have the best of, or experience. Whether it's a cutter, a lighter, somebody who likes cheap cigars. You got certain people who don't like to spend $20 on a cigar. They spend $3 on a cigar, and they're happy with that. And that to me is the key. The key is when you buy cigars, it doesn't matter what I think. I could be smoking a $35 Padron, a $60 Fuente, or a $3 cigar. It's what you enjoy. You might enjoy smoking. Everybody likes to bash certain brands, which I'm not going to say the names, but you can pretty much figure it out by me saying it. There's a few selected brand that they just continue to bash, but some people like it. So as much as I don't smoke it, I've actually never smoked one of them. If it's what you like, it doesn't matter, man. When you wake up in the morning, if you enjoy it, you smoke it, you sit by the deck, you sit in your car, you're driving to work, you're at the lounge. It's the experience, man. It's the cigar experience. It's the cigar community. That's why I joined the cigar community. It was very humble, and that's what made me want to be in it. You're not necessarily always going to get the best cigar. You might get a horrible cigar experience, but a great conversation.
Well, that's why we love the cigar. Yeah, that's one thing about the cigar culture. We always discuss and tell. I get a lot of questions. I think most cigar people who smoke cigars and those who don't, one of the infamous questions are, why do you smoke the cigar? And again, it's the culture, the people you meet, the camaraderie. They become like family. And again, it's a relaxing thing. And you triggered something when you said about the cheap cigar. You got a funny story. I want you to share that with the audience on your first cigar, because I don't remember my first cigar. But what was your first cigar? This is the one story I always have to repeat, because it's a great story in a sense, but it just shows how much of a rookie I was when I started. I walked into the casino in Rhode Island, and I was feeling jolly, and I said to the guy behind the counter, I said, I want a cigar. He goes, what kind of cigars do you smoke? I don't smoke cigars. And he goes, well, what do you want? I want the best cigar in your humidor. That's what I said to him. And he goes, you sure, dude? It's $31. I go, no problem. And he gave me a Padron 1926. And let's just say, after smoking such a great cigar, it was a rocky road to recovery to try to smoke everybody else's cigars. I kind of like spoiled the experience of joining everything. For the first couple of years I was smoking, I would only smoke Padrones. Oh, wow.
And then I woke up one day and, I started venturing off, and then I started smoking Tatuajes, Davidoffs, Christophs, and you pretty much name it, Ashton's, Fuentes, Saka, Black Label. I ventured off. Now I smoke pretty much everything. I still have my few brands that I stick to, because I just get a consistent taste and flavor that I enjoy. Nicaraguan tobacco is my go-to. Dominican was my starting go-to. After I got out of Padrones, I started to really like the Ligero and the Dominican cigars a lot. LFDs and stuff like that. I'm not really a big Cuban guy. I'll smoke one on occasion. It's not really my spice, my cup of tea that I enjoy. I feel like they're very expensive sometimes, and it's like you got to fight the if they're real first.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Yeah, that's the big fight.
You know?
That is the big fight. It depends on where you're getting your cigar from. If it's real, you're spending all this money, and then you don't know if it's really, 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 really real. So it's like, But I got to go back to this 1926 Padron, brother. So you got your first cigar. Did you enjoy the cigar? Did you even know what you were smoking?
I didn't know
how long
did
you stay on this Padron kick?
Honestly, I didn't know what I was smoking. But I really enjoyed the flavor in the cigar. It was a huge kick, compared to smoking basic cigars, that I learned after. It's just like I tell everybody, you know what I mean? You call it what you want to call it. My motto is there's Padron and there's everybody else. Padron is king. And it's always going to be king to me. Some people say Fuente's king. Some people say Davidoff's king. Padron is king. Davidoff, I like some Davidoffs. I'm actually disappointed they discontinued the 702, which was one of my favorite Davidoffs. I don't know why they discontinued it, but it made me really sad. But I can't really do nothing. I'm not the company. I'm not distributing 50, 100, 200, 2 million cigars a year.
Now, I'm going back to this Padron, brother. Because, the folks who know me are laughing because they know, Stoney's World is, price range between $5 and $12 sticks. So folks who know me are laughing right now because I'm stuck on the Padron. Now, how long did you stay on that kick? Like, okay, you had that first one. You said, oh, man, this is, all right, I'm smoking cigars. Okay. Did you go back to the casino to go get another cigar later?
What was that? Repeat that?
I said, did you go back to that casino to go get a next stick? Say, I had a good stick that night. A week later, a couple of days later, did you say, I'm going to go back and get one of those cigars?
I did not. I actually went to a local retailer and I picked up a box for myself.
Oh, a box?
And
you're a high roller.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Commish is a high roller. He's picking up boxes of Padrones 1926. If you're not listening, you're not paying attention. Finish the story, sir. I apologize.
So I got a box and I continued my Padron kick where, 1926, 1964s, Hermosas, which actually got the number 2 cigar of the year from Aficionado this year. The number 6 Padrones, the number 9 Padron. I smoked pretty much all of them. I just continued to smoke them. And then I was, on occasion when I got somebody else with me, here, try this. Like, I get so hyped up to let somebody enjoy that same experience that I enjoyed. And that's what I feel the cigar community is, to let somebody get that experience that I enjoy. Somebody who might not be able to afford that experience. Like you said, you smoke $12 cigars sometimes, and you don't really want to go out and spend $20 because you can get 2 sticks for $24.
You sound like me. It's not that I don't enjoy those sticks. Those are great sticks, but it's just the price point. Like, I'm that guy. I'm thinking, you're right. See, you just put me, boom, right on the spotlight. I'm thinking, how many sticks can I get for this $22 to $24? I'm thinking long term. Do I just want to smoke this one stick right here costs $18? Or can I get maybe 2 or 3 sticks and I can smoke maybe 2 today and 1 tomorrow? That's my way of thinking. That's just me.
Yeah. And I got some good recommendations that are under $10. I got some good recommendations that are 5 or 6.
Oh, let's hear it.
You can go out and get a JSK toothpick. Rissy, really good guy. He owns JSK cigars. You can get a Lugione Rothschild for $5 or $6. You can get a Charter Oak from Foundation for $5 or $6. You can go up to the next level at $8. You can get Steve Saka, Umbagog. You can go up to the $10, $12 range. You can pretty much get almost any regular production Tatuaje or stuff like that. You can get Steve Saka's Mikaritas at the $10 price.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of cigars that are really, really good. I just want to emphasize that it's not always about how much you spend when you buy a cigar.
Not at all.
You
Not
know,
at all.
it's really not.
Yeah, like I said, it's personal preference because again, you got some of these cigars that cost big bucks that not that great, but it's a name. So for those who don't know, you get some people who don't know about cigars. They go into the lounge. I have seen it many times. They come in. Yeah, I want to buy a cigar. Do you smoke? Nah, it's my buddy's, I don't know, birthday. We're having a birthday party or something, so I just want to buy some cigars. He said, okay, since you guys don't smoke, maybe I give you something, maybe, light to medium body, pretty decent smoke. Nah, that's not enough money. I want to spend more money. Okay, you can do that all day. Doesn't mean the cigar is going to be the greatest. Especially if you don't smoke. I don't want you wasting your cigar. Don't worry about it. We want to spend like $400 on a box. Oh, okay. See, and now if I'm in the business, I love that. But I watch this happen on numerous occasions where, people come into the lounge and just do what I call freestyle based on pricing. They're buying cigars based on the price, thinking, if I got a Mercedes and I can go to my neighborhood shop and he could give me an oil change for, let's say, $95, but the Mercedes dealer costs $250. It's got to be something wrong with my neighborhood guy. He don't know what he's doing because it's too cheap, and that's not always the case. So I have seen those psychological reproductions. Well, that's what I call them. You know what I mean? When you get that idea that you think based on pricing, that the price ain't high enough, the cigar is not good.
And then also what you could do is, you keep an eye out, say you got a budget, right? You got holidays, and a lot of the holidays, a lot of the online cigar retailers will give out great deals, 20% off, 25% off a box. You could just save your money and just, buy in bulk at those times when you're getting 25% off a box. And, that's pretty good to get 25% off a box. Or you could do perfect example, I think it's a great deal. Smoke In right now, they're doing a virtual event. I'm actually going to be there live in studio, and it's $169. It comes with 30 count travel humidor, 40 premium sticks, a VIP online experience with all the big retailers. You get to sign into a special porthole and watch them speak live. They're going to have a comedy show. They're going to have a couple of music bands, and they're going to be offering special deals on stuff like Fuente, Steve Saka, Tatuaje. You'll see Pete. You'll see Perdomo, Fuente, and a few other people that are going to be on the show live, speaking about their brands, releasing a special item for this event. And then on top of it, you get the 40 cigars. So the 40 cigars right there is probably $150 to $300 value, depending on what they give out for sticks. Plus, you get a little shot glass, you get a lanyard, a hat, a T-shirt, and you get a cigar band box that you can put all your cigar bands in and hang that on the wall, which is a cool trinket. So that's something cool.
I'm gonna ask you to rewind that. Okay, now you just named a lot of stuff there. I'm gonna ask you just to rewind that a little bit. Okay, what was this again? Tell the folks what was it?
Called the Smoke In Great Smoke 2021 virtual experience.
Okay, so where can folks go find this? They can Google that.
Yeah, so you can go online. You can go on smokein.com. It's going to be the Great Smoke 2021. That's the easiest way to probably get it on the website.
Okay.
That's ran by Abe DeBabna. Abe DeBabna owns Smoke in Boynton Beach, West Palm Beach, and I think he has 2 or 3 other locations that are in the area. He's always up to no good. Always doing something crazy above and beyond. He's a very intimate person. You know, he's always willing to experience, you know, and talk to you and learn your experience. He actually just created this other thing that I was invited to be a part of, the tastings. It's called the Connoisseur Club, limited to 500 members. And in the membership, you get 5 sticks a month. They have no bands on them. They're labeled with numbers, and they have QR codes on a special tasting sheet. You write down your tasting on what you think about the cigar, you know, the rating, the burn, the wrapper, how you enjoyed the cigar. And 2 weeks after the cigars are released, the QR codes become live, and you can scan them and find out actually who makes the cigar and what they are.
Interesting.
And according to Abe said that he is going to possibly release micro blends of the most enjoyed cigars out of the packs.
Micro. Okay, I'm gonna just rewind just a little bit. I'm gonna apologize. Okay, what's the date on the Smoking 2021? Where are those dates?
That's February 20th. So
February
you still got plenty
20th,
of time. This is the last month to purchase the tickets coming up here.
Gotcha.
Before it goes live. That should be a great experience. Like I said, I'll be down there. I actually have a long journey that I'm going to be taking. I'm going to be going from the Florida Keys to Miami, to Boynton Beach, and then to West Palm Beach. That's going to be a 5-day journey. I'm going to hit some of the factories. I'm going to hit Rodriguez Cigars, My Father Cigars, Aganorsa Leaf, and then I'm going to go to Guantanamo Cigars in Little Havana, and then I'm going to make my way to the Great Smoke 2021. Hopefully, I don't smoke more than 50 cigars. You know,
Good luck.
I want to live to 2022.
Good luck. Good luck with that one. Now, speaking of some of these people that's in the industry, how did you come to meet some of these individuals? Was it just based on you had started that cigar group?
I think it was a combination of everything. It was a combination of willing to go out and meet people, willing to go out and, you know, advertise my name and what I believe in, and meeting some of these guys in person, and, you know, getting some relationships with these people that who've actually created very good relationships. I've even created good relationships within the cigar groups. I became friendly with a lot of the people who do cigar groups. I actually, 3 to 5 times a week, I go on virtual chats after I get out of work at like 11 o'clock. There's this thing called Virtual Cigar Lounge. It's called the Zoom, cigarbar.com. I go on there almost every night. And, you know, there'll be people from across the globe, UK, Ireland, Cali, Florida. I'm from Boston area, pretty much everywhere. Arkansas.
Now, is that open to everyone? Could they find that if they joined your?
Yes. So that's created by Kyle. Kyle, I don't want to butcher his last name,
Well, that's
so
fine.
we'll say Kyle M. He runs Cigar Fanatics on Facebook.
Okay.
And he's a really, really solid, genuine guy out of Ohio. He just created this virtual experience for everyone to enjoy, and everybody is welcome to come on and enjoy and smoke a cigar. And, you know, there's no discrimination. Doesn't matter where you're from. Doesn't matter what you're smoking. But we just don't talk politics. That's the one thing we keep on. Politics create confrontation that's unnecessary in the cigar community.
Yeah, why is that? But we're not going to go there. But okay, so if folks are interested in doing this, they can go to say Cigar Fanatics, and I guess, you know, request to join the group, and there may be some information on how to get involved with these virtual, you know, cigar lounges, some of these herfs, some of these Zooms, to you know, meet and greet. Because of the pandemic right now, obviously that's kind of one of the best ways we can do anything with what's going on at this point in time. At least we can have some type of normality to be able to smoke and, you know, have a, you know, conversation and do what we like to do and do what we love to do. And that's going to be a challenge for you, because the fact that you don't have any lounges really up in that area and you're an adamant cigar smoker. Wow, how does that I'm trying to put all that together. You need to move, brother. You need to come on with me. You need to come to Florida. When you go down to Florida next month, just stay. Just take the family down and don't go back, brother. You ain't gonna miss nothing up there. We'll get your job down in
Boston
Florida.
so much, man. I'm a diehard sports fan, a Boston sports fan, man.
Hey, you can still root for the Boston
honestly,
people.
I
You can
could
still
never
root
leave. You
for them
can
in
buy me
Florida,
a house
brother.
right now.
Hey, listen, man. You can still have your heart down there in Florida. You can still root for them. You get on TV. Yeah. You can do all that once you're in warm, sunny, bright, smooth, pretty water weather. Right now it's cold up there, 32 degrees. You walking around with shorts on like you belong in Florida. So your heart, you see where I'm going with this? You see where I'm going? You know, you got flip flops on, you got your shorts on. It's like 30 degrees.
I
Not
get
quite.
crispy. I get crispy quick in Florida, though, man.
Don't worry about it.
The
Put a little
sunburns ain't a friend.
That's what he makes suntan lotion for, brother. Just put lotion on, brother. Don't worry about all that. You worry about the wrong stuff. Go down there, relax. You get all the lounges you want. Get all the folks. You get to meet the people. Come on, it's a win-win. I'm telling you, once you go down there next month, you know, you may want to talk to the family and say, look, we're going to stay. We're not coming back. And you let the job know. You give them 2 weeks. Tell them you're going to get a job down in Florida, brother. Oh, man. So what else is going on, man? Because, like I said, we came across each other based on social media. So social media does work. Folks, this is the Commish. He's a good brother. He reached out to me, and he was like, yo, dude, I want to talk to you. I want to be on the podcast. I'm like, oh, damn, who's this guy? So the first time I spoke with him, he talked to me for about maybe over an hour. He was just sharing some of his knowledge. He's been doing this for a while. He told you he has the group New England Cigar Militia. He was kind of breaking me down for what's going on with the podcast, some of the do's and don'ts. So he's a good brother. I appreciate him. Good looking out on that, bro. Is there anything else that you want to share that maybe we ain't discussed today?
Just keep in tune for 2021. Hopefully this year, this pandemic thing starts to fade away and almost act like it doesn't exist. I don't see that happening yet, but I hope it happens. I'm praying for the best for the cigar community and everybody else outside the community, whether a friend of yours or a family member got sick. Unfortunately, some have passed away. God bless all of y'all. It's very unfortunate that we had to go through this, but we got to keep pushing forward in the cigar community. I'm going to keep pushing forward, just as I hope you keep pushing forward.
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to continue to create the best swag in the cigar community because that's what I believe in. That's what I enjoy. And hopefully one day in the near future, you see a Commish or a New England Cigar Militia cigar coming.
Yes, sir.
That's on my mind.
Well, guess what, brother? I appreciate you, man. Like I said, again, folks, New England Cigar Militia. He's now NECM, right? That's on Facebook. That's the way they can go find you.
NECM on Facebook.
You have the
New England
Instagram.
Cigar on Instagram.
What is on Instagram?
So NECM is my Facebook.
Okay.
New England Cigar is my Instagram.
Okay.
I'm the Commish on Facebook. Kevin the Commish Sparrow. If you want to add me as a personal friend, I have absolutely no problem with that too. And then if you want to check out the swag, you can go to newenglandcigarmilitia.com. Check out the swag. Feel free to send me a message. If you want to talk about it, ask questions, anything you think that I should come up with or create, I'm always up for open discussion, trying to create new, innovative ways to bring the best swag to the cigar community and a great experience as I do so. So you can get decals. I got challenge coins. I got 5 or 6 shirts. I'm actually probably going to be releasing 2 more shirts this year minimum. I just created a YA Bearer shirt, which is the traditional Cuban style shirt.
Nice.
And those will be coming in within the next month. Hopefully I get those before I go to the Great Smoke, because I'm dying to wear that.
Your new residence. Florida, your new residence. I see you, buddy. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'm in Florida twice a year.
The Commish will be relocating, folks. You're listening live right now. You heard it first on Smoke World, where the Commish really needs to be in Florida because, again, that's the connect. That's the weather pattern he needs. That's where he needs to relax himself. So you heard it first. I mean, he don't realize it, but he's going to be down there living in Florida soon. Well, look, brother, I ain't gonna hold you up, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for being a guest on Smoke World. Appreciate you taking the time and opportunity. I want you to stay safe with your family. You stay blessed. And we will talk to you on the other side, brother.
Have a great day, brother. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, be blessed, brother. Peace. Well, folks, there you have it. Another episode of Smoke World in the books. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel. And guess what, folks? Starting next week, we're going to start having some giveaways. So I want you to pay attention. Stay tuned. Again, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at SmokeWorld50. Send those emails into SmokeWorld50@gmail.com. You guys stay safe, stay blessed, and I will talk to you on the other side. Peace.